I could not have you here and not ask about Sirp. This is really for TikTok now. You've listened to some of his videos, I assume. Sirp, Politricks Watch. The YouTube channel.
Oh.
You don't know about Sirp? You've never heard of it?
No.
Wow.
Is that bad?
In a way. Because you'd like to think that somebody with your history would at least be aware of him.
No, I have to pull it up.
No about Sirp, Politricks Watch. No.
What is it? Tell me what it is.
It's a popular YouTube channel where somebody with an obviously disguised voice is speaking on crime in Jamaica.
I know this. This is rubbish.
Wow.
It's rubbish. I've heard him. Yeah. I've seen it.
What about it is rubbish?
Well, a lot of it is rubbish.
Oh, okay.
And, I think I've been on it as well in a not in a very positive manner. But let's face it, there are people out there who are going to exploit the public. And it's unfortunate that people believe everything they see or hear on YouTube. And I say to everybody out there, do not believe everything on social media. Most of it is complete bollocks. Check your sources. Go to CNN, the BBC, the Times, the New York Times, or whatever, and check what you're hearing. Because most of the stuff is complete bollocks. That's simple as that.
Yeah, there was a video.
That's a very British
Mark
word.
Shears believe Renita Adams was trying to get him dash way.
Yeah, this goes on, and you can sit there and scroll and scroll and scroll, and you have to be careful because some of it is AI generated as well. But I've listened to that guy, and he's talking about conspiracies and that there is this happening, and I'm waiting for the evidence. But it's not. It's just blah, 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 sensationalize this, sensationalize that. It's rubbish as far as I'm concerned.
And I'm glad that you brought it, mention it too.
So I do know it now.
Yeah.
I understand you triggered my memory, and clearly I do know, but it means so little to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's sad that people out there actually listen to that and believe it.
Right. So how can
most of
we?
it's rubbish.
So you have intelligence, and I always say police have more intelligence than the average individual, average private citizen. Yeah. How you, but with YouTube and the AI with misinformation and disinformation, how can we really and truly whittle out what's true and what's not true? Because most people think that him have some intel and connection.
Just act like a journalist or a detective. Check the sources. It's as simple as that. Do not just take for granted everything that you see and say, oh, well, that must be true. It's on YouTube or TikTok, because most of it is just complete rubbish. It's as simple as that. And there are so many independent news sources that you can check before you can form opinion. And I think that also goes down to, do not necessarily retweet, as I would call it, or re-TikTok, if you can say that.
Repost.
Yeah, repost, exactly. Do not repost unless you check it, because...
But most people don't do that, though. And then you said check the sources, they assume that, if it's on TikTok or, he's saying it, the source must be some confidential source. So, even if it's not on Observer or Gleaner, he's well connected to JCF or the JDF.
Is he?
Well,
and if he is, then, I don't want to spend too long on this particular person.
Yeah.
But even if he is, how do you know that he is not just dealing with disgruntled cops who want to cause issues? We do not know that. Does it actually solve any crimes? Has he got any statistics to say, well, because of his channel, so many crimes have been solved, so many scammers have been caught? No. Is that the case? Has that ever happened?
No.
I'm not quite sure. Something the Patreon squad, I forgot to sort out that.
But what I can tell you is this, that when I left the Jamaica Constabulary Force, they had virtually no platform for Twitter, TikTok, Instagram or anything. You look at them now, they are brilliant. Please put this piece on TikTok. Jamaica Constabulary Force are absolutely brilliant when it comes to social media and using it for the right reasons to show the good cops, the good work that they do. The wanted person on Wednesdays, etc. All of that is excellent stuff. And I'd go for those sources, and I prefer those. And looking at some of the brave men and women in the Jamaica Constabulary Force, and you see what they're doing. Yeah, they pick up on the odd bad thing. You've got somebody with a phone taking a snapshot of a particular moment where it looks really bad for the cops, and sometimes it is. But I have to commend the JCF for their use of social media.
Let me ask you this though, did you and Renita Adams actually get along?
No.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think? I got him charged with murder. Do you think I'm the most popular person? I don't. Do you think I get invited round for lunch? No.
Still up to this day?
Of course not. I have nothing to do with him. I don't even think of him. That's a part of my life that was long, long, long ago. And this putting him up against me and all that rubbish. Well, again, that was media stuff and everything else. It probably would have been 20 times worse if there was social media then.
Yeah.
Whereas all we got was the odd Observer cartoon, a few of which I've got in my office, which are excellent. They're really
Clovis,
funny.
yeah.
Clovis, going back to
Clovis
those days. It was excellent, but they were not good times for the JCF.
No, they weren't.
People like him, let's not mention him by name, but people like that were not good ambassadors for the JCF.